These are tales of danger and the pursuit of endless riches. Adventurers and heroes from all parts of the world charging into the unknown, setting steel and magic against the most impossible foes, with each time wondering if this would be the last. Storms gather on the horizon, and evil rises from the waters of despair. These are tales of endless adventure. These are the Awakened Fables.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Awakened Fables. I am Dungeon Master Sam, and with me today we currently have the full party minus, well, the other Sam. I have Addison, Luke E, Luke F, Michael, and Rob. Did I miss someone?
Salty Rob.
Sorry?
A salty Rob.
Oh yes, a very salty Rob. Alright, so IRL, it has been 2 weeks since we have actually played, so if anybody is a little bit confused or can't quite remember what happened last time, then please show us a little bit of forbearance, because I've been punishing them enough in the past two sessions as it is, so...
The summary is the Dungeon Master fucked us all.
Not us all, not us all.
What did I tell you guys? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Alright, so in order to give you guys a bit of an overview from last time, so the last session was held 3 days after the session before last. The crypts had been explored and the wards of the Royal Keep were altered under the administrations of Solturum and Norloth. In that time, Mikkel arranged work parties for you guys to dig through the countless feet of solid rock between the crypts and the wine cellar of the Royal Keep. During that time, many members of Clan Solvkling have been struck by a mysterious illness which appears to be resistant to magic and medicine alike. You guys were the working party to finally break through into the Royal Keep, and you immediately set about infiltrating it. There you discovered that the keep was abandoned, and upon looking into the vaults, found that the children and the princess of Clan Coldstreak had been slain down to a child, and their artifact had been left behind. At that point, Solturum, Norloth, and Tinkret felt a fairly massive magical working sweep through the area, but were distracted by a creature called a Sorgadod, an ancient fae who lamented the fall of the royal family of Vaaderlund. The party fell to her power, all except Tinkret, who was able to manipulate magic to call Norloth out of the mourning the fae had induced. Working together, they managed to gather the rest of the party and fled back into the crypts. After recovering themselves, they elected to return to the vaults in order to access the corridor just past it. There, Tinkret discovered he was unable to access some of the powerful techniques he had learned as a bard. The group were caught in the thrall of the Fae again, but broke out a second time, though not without losses. They quickly fled, emerging into the still-abandoned Royal Keep. Solturum then discovered his mastery of his sorceress powers had been drastically reduced, and triggered a wild magic surge which sealed the door ahead of them. Escaping through the window
and had a massive hissy fit.
and had a massive hissy fit. Opting to escape through the window instead, the group were met by strange alterations to the world outside. A golden sky, the city surrounded by an immense forest, and a shimmering river which also surrounded the area. They were able to surmise that they had finally been drawn into the Feywild, so their weaknesses could not be explained, with the mages concluding it must be from the changes to the flow of magic around them due to being on a different plane. However, they opted to rejoin Clan Solvkling back at the warehouse, where they discovered the prince and his bard had gone missing. With the majority of the other warriors of the clan weakened, the party opted to try and chase down the prince, who had been last sighted heading towards the crypts. And that is where our last session ended. So, in practicality, gentlemen, many of you have had your levels outright reduced, and have I heard a lot about that one over the past 2 weeks. So, there are only 2 of you at the current time who...
Is that a question?
Sorry?
Is that a question? You said, have I heard a lot about it over the last 2 weeks?
Oh, no.
Yeah, have you?
Oh, no, I have definitely heard much. I have heard much.
I thought we were quite restrained.
Well, I will grant you that. You have been a lot more restrained than I was anticipating, so kudos.
That's called despair.
All right. So, gentlemen, as of the end of the last session, as a group, you were heading up from the warehouse back to the crypts. Now, the crypts is roughly a 40-minute travel time from the crypts themselves, and when you had left, you had managed to gather up the full complement of your party. So, what would you guys like to do from here?
Well, we need to...
Let's track that motherfucker down.
That's right.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we better go find him.
Yes.
Him in the bards.
Become a bloodhound. Hang on. Let me rephrase that. I'm somewhat grumpy. My good friend, Will.
Yeah, mate.
Perhaps you'd like to become a bloodhound and assist my good friend Rithgar.
Yeah, you're right. No worries. I guess it makes sense, doesn't it? I'll track him down. Yeah, we've got Rivka to catch the footprints, and I'll catch the scent. Sounds good to me. And I turn into a bloodhound.
Dog!
Heal.
Alrighty. So you have rolled a. Oh wait, no, that was Michael rolling Rithgar.
For looking for tracks.
Looking for tracks. All right. So you rolled a 24 for that one. The tracks that you have been able to discover several tracks which appear to correlate with the equipment that you understand the bard and the prince to wear. So at the current time, they do wear leather boots. You are able to, and you have also been able to track these tracks, and they appear to be heading directly in the direction of the crypt itself. It seems to be a fairly easy trail to follow.
Let's follow.
Let's follow easily.
Yes.
All right, give me a quick second, guys. All right, and so you begin to skulk throughout the city, and much like your previous experience, you can see that the city itself seems to be absolutely infested with all kinds of fae. Some of those that you can recognize, some of those which appear foreign to your eyes. You are going to be running into problems quite quickly unless you are able to make your way through the city without attracting undue attention. Now,
It's disguise time. Didn't we disguise ourselves recently?
I don't think you did, at least not after you encountered Breeze in the last session.
Okay. Guys, before we continue, should we disguise ourselves as Fae?
Yeah, is that going to be easy or super hard?
Well, I have a disguise kit.
But are they fey like they're sort of translucent and floating about, or?
Not all Fae are translucent and floating about.
Okay. Cool.
We only have to look like a kind of Fae as opposed to specific see-through transparent Fae.
True. Cool. Yeah.
And,
I'd help you, but I'm determined to go for an entirely offensive capacity.
I can't imagine why. Do we have any spells? Would minor illusion be helpful for this? How does that work?
I don't know, can I remember that?
Sound and volume. Yeah, it's a level 0 cantrip.
Yeah, no, these comments will be coming all night, I wish to assure our listeners.
Okay.
There will be snark for the next 3 hours.
Just create an image or an object so that I don't know. If it may assist, but I don't think it'll work on its own. I've got uncommon glamour weave. Does that help? No, not really.
I think I'd prefer to stealth.
Yes, you may.
I can probably turn invisible.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Rithgar, you have rolled a 21 in stealth. It seems to have doubled up for whatever reason.
Because it now automatically rolls advantage if you have advantage.
Oh, really? No. Comedian. Alrighty. So, Rithgar, you are going to successfully enter into stealth. I assume that you just fade into the shadows like you usually do?
Yeah.
Wow, I think that's the highest I've ever seen you roll on stealth for Solturum, with a 15.
Yeah. I know.
Possibly on the 20th unit to go.
I'm trying to preserve my 2 level 2 spell slots here.
Natural 20 for Will. Norloth got an 8, which is impressive because you have +5 to stealth.
Yep.
Does my... Oh, no. Probably won't. Because my staff has a permanent +10 because I have thing at will. Pass without trace at will. As a dog, I cannot do that. I'll turn out of the dog and I'll give everyone a +10 anyway. I don't need to be a dog if we know... If the trail is easy, do I? So I'll cast Pass Without Trace from my staff, just at will.
What level spell is that?
It's a 2nd level spell, but because of my staff, I have it.
Oh, okay. I think I may know that one.
Yeah. It's only level 2, so I think it's something on your level.
Okay, this might be on 20. So, how do you make it roll advantage when it has advantage? Just do it now.
Yeah, I just did it. I did.
Let's have a look. Ah!
There you go.
7 and a 14.
But I'm going to use this now that I can use roll 20 again. Where are ya? My disguise kit and the shift weave to try and make myself look more fey. Maybe I look like a leprechaun.
14. All right. So you're going to be able to do a reasonably convincing costume, at least as far as you're aware. What would you like to change yourself as? The actual leprechaun?
That's 2 things. So yeah, I'm going to try and make myself look like a leprechaun, I think. But and I can probably replicate the language, but I don't want to offend any Irish listeners, so I won't. So that was a stealth roll. I'll do a deception roll.
Yep.
With my disguise. Do I get advantage with the disguise kit?
I will grant it.
Thank you ever so much. Well, that's not going to be all that helpful. But that might be more helpful.
16. All right, easy enough. All right, so the majority of you, bar Norloth, are going to be entering to stealth. Will and Rithgar, the two of you are rolled high enough that you will be able to cover for Norloth if you are so inclined. Would either of you like to help him?
Well, I assume my +10 giving him 18. Is that good enough?
Sorry?
Anyway? My +10 for Pass Without Trace.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that-
I'll send to everyone.
Oh,
Cool.
yes, that is correct. All right, in that case, yes. You are all going to be disappearing.
And I try and use it in my disguise kit to make them all look fey-like, so if something happens, they'll still look fey if we get spotted. In the unlikely event.
Alrighty then. So, your trip throughout the city remains fairly unobtrusive. Anytime that you have come across a fae here and there, you have been able to write it off and basically just ensure that you are able to remain at least relatively unharassed. So, there are very few times that you actively encounter anyone, but it seems for the most part the Fae are restricting themselves to actually be remaining in the sky at the current time. And even as you look up, you can see that many of them seem to be swirling around one central mass up above the royal keep. Likely, kind of in the way that you sometimes see, I think it's starlings that do it? Or is it sparrows?
Starlings.
Sorry?
Definitely starlings.
Starlings? Yep. So you guys know the weird wave thing that the starlings do?
Yeah.
Yep, like that. Alright, so you can see the majority of Fae seem to be doing so. There are the occasional ground-based Fae, and even as you look around, you can also see that there are many more Faes which you just do not recognize, just lingering through the city itself. At one stage, you can see several translucent-looking dogs. Another time, you are able to see what looks like several young children just drenched head to toe in blood, giggling as they seem to run off, just carrying a what looks like a dead body.
That's fucked.
Hey, Stan, how freaked out will we be by this? Like, Is the Fae something that we know about? Is it?
Um, it basically comes down to your individual characters. The Fae themselves, shockingly, are almost exclusively reserved for fairy tales and legend at the current time. So while you may have heard of many of these, it would have almost exclusively been through stories, myths, and shockingly, the Bard colleges. So seeing them all here is probably more than a little bit disconcerting for you, and probably a little bit worrying depending on your particular character's information about and knowledge about the Fae.
I'm glad I know.
I can tell you that from Ciruimon's perspective, he has an overriding rage at the assault on him that's occurred, and is driven by his focus to wrap his fingers around the bard's throat. So he is not disturbed one iota by the murmation of Fae above the castle.
Noted.
So if someone was to be playing a character obsessed with demons, would they know that these weren't demons?
There may be a few Fae here and there who do appear to have the physical image of demons, but they would be, in your demon sense, very different.
Cool.
He thought a cat was a demon, dude.
What's a demon?
Are you wearing that cat as a hat at the moment? Did that end up happening? Yeah, okay.
Alright, well, on that note. Alrighty. So, your trip through the city doesn't take too long, and as you begin to approach the opening to the crypts themselves, you guys can see that, sense that there seems to be a bit of a wind coming from within the crypts itself and billowing out through the door.
There's a breeze. Not actual breeze, but there is a breeze. I just wanted to let you know.
It's not an actual breeze.
Oh, like our mate breeze, not
Sure.
not wind. It is wind, not. You know what I mean. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out.
Yes, the breeze. Okay, cool. Hey, Bloodhound, can you smell anything? Like, is it upwind or downwind? Where are we?
I thought he hadn't changed into a dog.
I changed into a dog and I turned back to activate stealth.
Ah, got it.
Right. Okay. Maybe someone else has got a good sense of smell.
1 sec.
All right, a 19 from Rithgar. All right, so how are you wanting to demonstrate your survival? Are you just outright doing a smell check, or?
Trying to think about because I've been taking, keeping like a map of the city, and I've been drawing a map of the city and trying to figure out if this wind breeze, which is or isn't breeze, I'm not sure, is natural or not. Does it make sense naturally?
All right. Let me think about that. Alright, so according to your knowledge of the crypts, there should be multiple entrances in and out of the crypts itself, enough that you wouldn't be overly surprised for there to be a breeze. However, during the last time you were here, you are, and since you also came through here very loudly chasing said cat, you do not recall any strong breeze actually coming through here previously, so this is new.
And they were carrying equipment with them, weren't they?
I mean, did we check last time if they had any of their stuff left behind? I think they said they were carrying shit. So.
Yeah. Do you recall that, Sam?
They who specifically?
The bard and the prince.
Yes, you guys were unable to locate any of their belongings when you had investigated it through.
That's right. That's what I thought I remember, but I wasn't certain. Having lost so many of my memories.
Okay. Fuck it, I guess we might as well head in. As we know, these crypts, they change and that, so I guess we can't really exactly recount our own steps. Just have to keep following theirs.
Is there still a trail to follow into the crypts, Sam?
Yes, there is.
Let's keep on following. Trimp, go ahead if you wouldn't mind. My good little friend.
So Trimp kind of looks at you a little bit lazily before he eventually seems to decide that sure, he may as well just enter in and listen to what you're talking about. So he arbitrarily flies in almost lazily until he very abruptly speeds out about 5 seconds later, and immediately rushes behind the tallest member of your party.
What?
What's his problem?
That would be me. Thank you for that, Trim.
I asked him what he saw.
Do you still have the capacity to speak Infernal?
I'm not sure that I do. No.
I think I do. Sorry, I'm just having
He understands common, doesn't he? He can speak common, can't he? Have a look.
That is a good question. I'm fairly sure that imps can only speak Infernal, but I will double check.
I can speak Addison, so I don't know if maybe it's like Portuguese and Spanish.
I can speak Infernal.
Nope, I apologize. Imps can indeed speak Common and Infernal. Huh.
Yes, common. There you go. I asked him in common.
All right. So the response that you get from Trimp is in a shaky rasp. There is a demoness in there. If you are inclined to continue on, then she will slay us all.
Rivka, that sounds right up your alley.
I know.
Rivka's already gone, mate. He's already left.
You know the cartoon smoke shape? When...
Right.
I make an attempt to grab Rithgar before he runs off.
That's what I'm here for.
And I say, yes, but we'll have a better chance together than you alone.
I should probably continue to stay stealthy then. If Trimp's right in the fact that she will murder us all, should probably make sure she doesn't see us before we get the chance to get the drop on her.
Yes, that's true. Trimp, was she in the path on the trail? Were you able to ascertain that?
Yes, you will go right by her there.
Did she see you?
Ooh, that is a good question. Let me have a look. Helps if I am on the right page. Dexterity roll on behalf of Trimp. Alright, so apparently he got a 19. She I don't know if she saw me, but she was in there. She didn't react when I went by.
Better not have rattled us out, Demonkin.
Trimp shudders and hides a little bit further.
I don't think judging from his demeanour, you can pretty much bet that he didn't. And the speed with which he was there. No time for conversation. What do you want to do, chaps?
Guard it out.
Well,
Kill her.
she's in our way. We're either going to have to get around her, get her out of there, and sneak past, or knock her out, or
What kind of...
kill her.
I don't feel strong enough to take on a large demon. I think we should try and stealth around her.
I don't know about you, mate. I feel like I'm feeling up to it. What do you think, North?
I'm good. I'm sure Rivka wants to get in there.
I could be convinced.
And this is how we all get TPK.
All right. So we try. Yeah, we have to follow this evil Fey bastard. So let's do it.
Alrighty. So, as you go...
Hey, and what kind of demon was it? Trim? you'd have a pretty good idea of demons.
Let me roll again on Trimp's behalf. Do. Trimp rolled a 17. He shudders for a moment before he begins to twitch his tail almost nervously. She is one who entraps her prey. She will try and snare you. She takes the form of the creepy crawly critter.
The what?
Spider?
An otter.
He nods at Will. Yes, the spider.
Spider.
Right. Yeah.
Well, right. Fine. Tops. Onward. I don't think we have any other choice, do we?
No.
Let's continue to stealth. We're pretty highly stealth with the pass without trace.
That's true.
This is very true. Alright, so if you guys would like to head into the crypts, I suppose. So, as you enter Solturum, you are able to ascertain that the crypts seem to have been true to their previous description and undergone a bit of a mutation even from the scant hours that you guys were here before. You are able to vaguely detect the self-same magic and the wards which encompass the crypt in its whole, but you are unable to connect to it quite as strongly as you have before. Now, as you guys pass through the threshold and your eyes begin to adjust to the darkness within, all you can hear before you is a sobbing sound. And directly in front of you, there appears to be a young human woman currently curled up next to a sarcophagus, holding a bundle roughly the size of a baby.
Right.
Nothing to see here. Keep going.
Yeah. Didn't Trump say something about trapping a prey like a spider? I think we should not fall for this trap.
Doesn't look like the bard to me. Let's keep going.
Oh, helps fine.
One trap
Pull
more.
you guys over. Alright.
I paused to investigate, to try and see if there's any telltale signs of devilry.
Sorry, say that again, Michael.
I was hoping to pause and investigate to see if there's any telltale signs of devilry from this war.
Ah, got it. Alright, and apparently you have indeed rolled a 25. And give me a sec, Addison. I will put you on the map once I recall what your character looks like. That's not helpful. Do you recall what your character looks like, Addison?
It's a little PNG file. It's like an 8-bit or 16-bit little character.
I think I've found it. Whoop. Yep, found him. Okay, copy. And scroll up. Paste. Or not paste. Nope, that didn't work. God damn it.
That's fine.
Sorry?
That's fine. Well, I'll just ping for now.
No, it's all good. I literally have you here. It's just being a jerk. Alright, so Rithgar, you have rolled a 25 to investigate. How are you intending to investigate?
Sneak in, but close, but not too close. Try to see if, looking for things like, is she levitating an inch off the floor? Are her hands actually on fire? Is the, just the normal sort of demon-y sort of things you look for.
Yep. All right. So, as you sneak in and have a quick look at her, you are able, You have a look around and you can see that for all intents and purposes, she seems like a normal woman. It takes you but a few seconds to find any outright inconsistencies with her particular visage. And even as you look closer, you can see that the bundle that she's currently carrying is wriggling in far too unnatural a way for it to actually contain a baby. Additionally, you can see that her skin seems to be more of a pale grey, and her hair seems to just be a touch too unnaturally lustrous. Aside from that, you can also see that her clothing is made entirely out of a worked silk.
Like spider silk, perchance?
Perchance, who knows, maybe.
What does Trimp say when I whisper to him? Is that her?
Trimp just nods emphatically.
Ah, shit. Okay. Shall we continue to sneak?
I kind of think Rift has got to kill it. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to signal to you all to move on if you don't want to do it. It's get ready to roll up a new character. Because I'm going to sneak up and stab her with a rapier.
No, I think we need to get the risk behind that. Her as a risk out of the way. I'll help you.
Yeah. I feel like I wanted to turn into a spider to fight the spider, but I just feel like that would be useless. It would not work.
Do we get a...
Well, you might be immune to poison if you did it.
That's true. Actually, you're not, which is surprising.
That is surprising. I told you I was a leprechaun. Right. We could. Sure, you don't want to sneak past?
I mean, I figure we've got to come back the same way. She's probably still going to be here.
Okay.
Do we all have ranged weapons?
Yes.
Can we just hit a barrage of ranged weapons as a sneak attack on her if she doesn't know we're here?
We could. Definitely.
Too late, I think.
Alright. So, Rithgar, you have struck first with your Rapier of Warning. Give me a quick sec.
I'm re-rolling the 12 with a luck point.
Alright.
don't you have advantage because you're in snake?
Holy shit.
Alright, so your second roll is a 24. So yes, you would have advantage from sneaking as it was. So a 24 is most definitely going to hit the woman. What do you do?
As any hero would, I sneak up behind her, get as close as I can, and stab her as hard as I can in the back. Just straight through.
Alright. So, as opposed to the scream that you might be expecting from a human of her size, instead there is an abrupt hissing sound which is only barely audible at the range of your current hearing. As you do so, she abruptly drops the bundle, and when that occurs, there is a wet squelching noise as the bundle suddenly explodes out, releasing hundreds and thousands of baby little spiders.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Right.
I cast fireball now.
Yeah, cast fireball, mate.
Poor Rifter.
It's how I want it to go.
Whoa, I can careful cast it so you don't get hit.
We wanted to go, killing all of us.
Right. Now, when that occurs, you guys also feel a magical sensation from around you, and abruptly the area of this location just shimmers out of existence as an illusion is abruptly dropped. You guys can see now that there are 6 sarcophagus around, all of which are currently open, and each of them from this current perspective appears to contain a bundle within them. Aside from that, the ground itself is very thickly coated with cobwebs, enough that even as you move your feet, you realize that you are going to have great trouble moving through this chamber from one side to the other.
Eyeball.
Yeah, right. I'm
Eyeball.
turning into a spider.
Yeah, I fireball.
Alright, you're fireballing?
Yeah, I'll careful cast it so I don't get Rifter as well.
Alright, and that's dexterity save. Let's see how I go. That is a 10. I am almost guaranteed that you are going to be able to win this.
Yay.
Alright, so flavor it up for me. What happens as you cast your fireball?
I pretty much just conjure a flame in my hand and throw it straight at her face.
Yep. Alright, so you have a... Yikes. 29 in attack. To attack her. In addition to the double teaming from Rithgar, I believe that's
damage, isn't it?
Sorry?
29.
Yeah, it's damage.
What? No, careful cast it so I don't damage
43.
Rifter.
Okay, so that's going to be 43 damage to her. Alright, so would any of you like to get a further attack before we enter initiative?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll cast Moonbeam. I'll put it right on top of her.
Alright. More Constitution saving throw.
So, did I just kill all the baby spiders?
Yes, there is a screeching noise as the various spiders are abruptly burnt up in the flames coming from Norloth. Alright, so it looks like there is a 6 coming from Will. What does the moonbeam look like in the tomb?
Basically, it's just I cast it with my hands, and it's just a white light, just like a tractor beam, but it's just burning radiant light.
Yep. Alright, and a kinetic lance from Soltura. How's that look?
The air shimmers as the bolt leaves my index finger on my right hand and travels directly at the woman, leaving a rippling line through the air until it strikes.
Yep. Alright. Now, the two of you have done 11 damage to her as well. Alright, so at the moment she is still standing, but your burst of spells have done quite a formidable amount of damage to her. She looked...
I haven't cast my spell yet.
Alright. And go ahead, Rob.
I'm going to call her nasty names. So, a 8-legged freak, get a little bit of that into you. But I'll cast Hex first on her, which does a massive... Woohoo! Yeah! On fire.
Oh yeah.
Is she dead?
Alright, she rolled a wisdom saving throw against the dissonant whispers. She rolled a 22 for that.
Yes, well, that's too good. That's beating my wisdom. And then Bolt is going to bolt and try and grapple her.
Yep.
He's hidden. Are those spiders still there? Are they not fried?
No, they're fried.
Okay. How do I grapple?
At your level, badly.
Oh, that's him, not me.
It's a athletics roll. Just considered an attack.
Okay. Extras. Bolt. So that's a strength thing.
Alright, a 22. Guys, just making me do all... I think you guys have gotten me to do 4 out of 6 of the stats in saving rolls so far. She rolls a 9, so she's going to fail the grapple, unfortunately.
And he's going to try and slam her into the ground.
Wow, harsh.
So what kind of damage does that do? So you will use one fist. Actually, no. One fist to do this the damage.
Alright.
Which is 12. So, yeah.
Alright. So, your bolts, your shield guardian, attempts to slam her onto the ground and do inflict even more damage from the grapple. However, it looks like she's now fiercely struggling, and she's able to almost grab onto Bolt in return and is able to prevent the worst of the slam down enough that she's able to avoid being damaged by his fists.
Oh, at all. Goodness. Okay.
Alrighty. So, in...
Push her away, Bolt. No, actually, we slam her into the ground. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yep, that's all good. Alright, so, gentlemen, if you would like to now roll into initiative, I don't see it lasting long, but kindly roll into initiative. Where did I put the initiative bar? Wait, there it is. Herp, doop, 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 doop. Alrighty. What did Ciruimon roll? He has not rolled yet.
4.
Sorry?
Badly.
Ciruimon rolled a 4.
Oh, yep. Apparently I can't read. Tinkret rolled
14.
14. Norloth. 13. Yep, Will rolled a 6. Shield Guardian is going to be paired up with Tinkret at 14. And my character rolls a 21. Excellent. Okay, let's readjust this. So it looks like the Spider Lady is going to be going first for you, against you guys.
She started her turn in my beam, so she takes another 2d10 damage.
Alright, hit me.
Which I will chuck up.
What did she get? Sorry, Sam? I thought she got the same as me.
Oh, you're not listed. Where are you? What is your dexterity, Michael? Sorry, dexterity modifier?
Just the straight dex is +3.
3. Alright, so yes, in that case you will win the initiative order. Where
Stab the beast. Kill the beast.
where is your character?
Oh, isn't there either?
He's stealthed. The breathe is there.
Yeah, and his crazy owl.
Hoot.
Ooh. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Because I totally thought that this was Michael's character. Nope, that's Norloth. Alright.
It's an upside down roll.
An upside down Norloth. How have I missed you guys? Like, I copy-pasted you from the... Oh, wait, no, found you. That's why. Because the thing I copy-pasted on, for whatever reason, Michael had put himself in the corner. Alright. Let's bring him back in. There you go, Michael.
Will I still get sneak attack on this if she's grappled? I think I do.
Yeah, you get advantage.
21. Yeah, you'll get advantage due to her being grappled.
I yell, "Who am I?" And dab her again.
And get yourself a nat 20.
Ooh.
She dead.
Yeah, she's pretty much going to be dying regardless. So, would you like to use this nat 20 or would you like to store it?
Is this a killing blow?
Yes.
I'll store it there.
All right. How would you like to slay her?
I think it only makes sense for me to yell, "Who am I?" at the same time as I slash her throat, so she can't answer.
Yep. Perfect. Makes perfect sense. All right. So, she very quickly lets out a gurgle as her body goes stiff, and when that occurs, you guys can hear a bit of a crackling noise as her appearance abruptly begins to alter, and her skin begins to be covered in a rough black chitin, and abruptly she just collapses to the ground. You guys can see that instead of a mouth, she seems to just have fanged mandibles, and instead of hands and feet, she now seems to just outright have pointed claws, much like a spider.
Much like a dead spider?
Much like a dead spider.
Cool.
Is she like curling up on her back?
No curling.
Your first demon kill, mate.
No curling.
Well done, Richter.
All right. So, as the room goes quiet, you guys can see a small spider here and there, presumably ones which have managed to escape both the fireball and the demise of their mother. The bundle that she was holding has now been relegated to dust on the floor, and around her immediate area, you guys have also burnt away any and all cobwebs that were surrounding it. In the silence that ensues, there is a quick moment before you guys hear a banging on one of the nearby sarcophagi.
Right.
I don't hear it.
While they're investigating the banging, can I try and extract venom from the dead spider?
Sorry, can you get venom?
Extract venom from the dead spider.
All right. So, as you begin to approach the body, please roll me 2 d20s.
You are now level 2.
It's an experience training. Venom.
You have lost a level. Okay, 2 and 17. Give me a sec.
Right. I wonder who's banging on the coffins. Let's not find out and walk away.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be something that's going to concern me.
Dick move. Let's make a dick move.
All right. So as you begin to approach her body, your eye catches on her one of her claw mandibles, around which you can see a small metal band. When you get in a little bit closer, you can see that she seems to be wearing a ring, which you quickly snap off her mandible and are able to put it into your palm. Just a sec. Helps if I spell things right. What is your passive arcana at this point?
-4.
Wait, seriously? Noted.
No, imagine.
You want me to have a look at that?
However, it looks like in the burst of flame from Norloth, any and all venom seems to have dried up in the abrupt heat.
Okay. My passive arcana. How do I work that out again?
It's 10 plus your bonus.
13.
13? All right. You are able to identify what the ring is immediately. You can see that it appears to be a ring of obscuring and metagaming knowledge. It has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. As an action while wearing the ring, you can expend one of its charges to cast the Fog Cloud spell from it, with the following changes. The cloud is centered on you when it first appears, and the spell lasts for 1 minute.
Ooh. No concentration. That's good.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, but it requires attunement as well.
Requires what?
Attunement.
That's pretty shitty.
Well, that just means I have to get rid of something.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam.
Yep.
I take a bite out of her.
All right.
No.
No, Rivka. I stop Rivka. I grab him and yank him back as he's doing that because I'm right next to the thing and say, Rivka, that is fucking stupid. What are you doing?
I'm gonna pull out the
We
How
need.
do I notebook and start taking like notes if he actually does it?
We need no. We need the preeminent demon hunter in our group. Fit and Hale. You don't know what it's going to do to you. There's bound to be more demons ahead. Do you want to be under the weather as a result of this and not able to fight them?
This is how I find where she came from.
No, you won't find where she came from.
I whisper in Rithka's ear. Break free, mate. Do it. I dare you. She deserves it.
Do you want the demons to ring, Rivka? Because this is how you let the demons win.
Do I have persuasion on a party member?
Do you want a demonic invasion? Because that's how we get demonic invasions.
Well, we can't have nice things. Yes.
Alright, I'm fine.
None of this shit.
Alright, so you just rolled a 20 for persuasion. I'm assuming that Rithgar is indeed persuaded.
Yeah. I'm persuaded for this occasion.
Alright.
Who's in the box? Could be more demons.
Oh, right, yeah. The
Go
box.
check it out, Rivka.
Let's not open it with someone like their head right above it. Let's put a rope around it and pull it. Yeah?
Mm.
Just get bolts out, open it.
Bolt could open it, but then he might get attacked.
Right.
Alright, fuck.
Mate,
Hold open
mate,
it. Open it, please.
Hey. Bolts.
Okay, so who's opening it with what?
The spiders.
Spiders.
You promised us no more spiders there.
I'm serious. I can't reach him to move him.
In my defense, I said no more spiders last campaign. Okay, so
Every Bowman episode, you've just been spider crazy.
hey, no. Alrighty. So you're opening it with what?
I'm trying to get Bolt to open it, but he's underneath all the spiders and I can't move him.
Oh, that's where he is. Oh, okay. I accidentally moved him down to like the map layer.
Okay, which,
There you go.
Which sarcophagus?
This one. Oh, sorry, actually, no, this one. The one she was leaning against.
The one who was actually there. Okay, cool. Are we all ready?
Yeah, mate.
Actually, I'll put him there. Let's go. Open it up. Bloody prince. Why'd you let that bard do things to you?
All right. So you move over and begin to slide the top off the sarcophagi. It moves fairly easy once you, though you do have to clear out the various cobwebs before you're able to do so and unsecure it. But once you have slashed through the webs and physically moved it, you guys can see a squirming bundle, and from within the bundle you guys can hear a voice just crying for help.
Do we recognize the voice?
It sounds vaguely familiar to you. It's very muffled, however.
I think I recognize the voice. Let's see if we can put a face to what we're hearing.
It's the prince.
You mind if I just check to see if it's trapped?
You may do so.
Just Bolt's already done it, hasn't he? Keeps on pushing.
Alright, investigation of 23. As you have a look around, you are able to confirm that the bundle is not trapped. It looks like it was simply laid in here after its inhabitant must have been wrapped up by the spider lady from before.
Okay, who's in this bloody sarcophagus then?
pick it up, Bolt.
Sorry, what?
I told Bolt to pick it up.
Oh, all right. So Bolt lifts up the bundle, and again, you guys can hear the weirdly familiar voice just objecting to the sudden movement, but the bundle itself is only about maybe 3 to 4 foot long. But even as Bolt hoists it over his shoulder, you can see that the bundle is abruptly stuck to Bolt's shoulder.
Right.
Right. Now what?
Well, burn it off.
Fireball?
Bolt regenerates. Who's in there? Tell us
All you can hear is just a garble.
I think we've tried to cut an opening.
Yeah.
What if I use? Man, oh, actually, no, I don't have a bed. Never mind. Ignore.
Tim, I just like pull out a dagger and just use green flame blade to just slice through it slowly with flame.
Sure. Roll me a dexterity check just to ensure that you are taking all due precautions.
I am probably not.
Noted.
Definitely not with a 6.
All right. So you infuse the magic into your blade, and upon doing so, you hear a few yells of pain as you abruptly and, of course, very accidentally, continue to nudge the victim currently contained within the webbing. It takes some time, but abruptly you are able to recognize exactly who the bundle is containing, as you are able to finally cut away a part of the bundle itself to reveal the face of Breeze.
Breeze.
Oh, right. I told you Breeze was in here, didn't I? There is a Breeze in here.
Wait. Wasn't Breeze already with us?
No.
Well,
Wasn't
his
the hole?
eyes, you can see it there, but but he's not. I'm confused. Is it multiple reasons? Hang on a sec. Wait. Shapeshifters.
Does Sam even exist, or did Sam just get him to play it for like a couple sessions and turn him into a fae?
Oh my god, he was hired. He was a plant.
Was he a dirty plant?
I reckon we should kill him.
All right. So as his mouth is uncovered, Breeze just kind of blinks around and looks at the group of you. Oh, thank God it's you lot. I've been in here for hours. We suddenly had what looked like the Prince bundle through, and then he was followed by that spider woman, and then, I don't know, she managed to ambush us all, and I think she's been feeding off of us one by one. And then he just has a look around and trying to spot the other members of his party that he was with.
Other members of his party?
I assume other members of the clan. How many of them are dead?
Hey Sam, could we maybe just have a bit of a reminder of where Breeze was before this? Not that I don't remember, it's just maybe other people don't.
You guys can very distinctly remember that you had been walking with Breeze from the warehouse to your current location. As you take a moment, you realize that you have not actually seen Breeze ever since the Pass Without Trace had gone up until this very moment.
Hang on a second.
I'm going to do an insight check.
All right.
I'm not much good at it, but hey.
Can I help him with that? Offer him assistance, so to speak?
You may do so.
Do you want to roll that again?
I'll try. Not likely to be better than that.
All right, a 15 or a 5. I will take a guess and say we'll go with the 15 then. All right. As near as you can tell, and even as you begin to abruptly look around, you are able to establish that the Breeze before you does appear to actually be the breeze of your party. You're not entirely sure exactly what is going on, but you distinctly recall Breeze joining you on your companion, and even as you remember, he was opting to volunteering to actually remain behind with the rest of the group as opposed to come with you lot until you convinced him otherwise.
Hang on a second, mate. What made you change your mind about waiting at the warehouse and said coming here?
No, you guys made him come with you.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I redacted. That statement did not happen. Non-canon. Hang on a second, mate. Were you not just behind us? How did you all of a sudden get in front of us here before the prince came through?
And you said you've been here for hours?
He gives you all a bit of a look. I've been here. You lot were on the last shift to break into the keep, and then after that, something happened. But yeah, I've been here for hours. I haven't seen you ever since your shift started.
Right. So I turned to the rest of the party. That means either the breeze we spoke to earlier, or the breeze we saw not just 10 minutes ago, is an imposter breeze, or this breeze is an imposter.
Yes, one of them is an imposter.
Breeze, do you feel like shit?
You, upon closer inspection, can see that his face appears to be grey and he has a bit of a pallor to him. She pierced me with something. I think she might have injected me with poison. I'm not feeling great.
Before that? Before that.
Well, I guess I just figured I had what everybody else has. Is everybody sick or something?
I didn't mean... Yeah, actually I did. Yeah, I'm casting Detect Thoughts.
All right.
On him. I like to read his mind, see what's up, what's happening in that little old brain of his.
All right. So, let me have a look. The only impression you're able to get is outright confusion. He's very unsure exactly why you're providing him with this level of questioning, but he is now becoming increasingly more alarmed the more you continue to press him. As near as you can tell, it seems that at least he is under the impression that he is speaking the truth.
Right, guys. He just read his mind. He seems a bit less... It doesn't seem as sus. I think the one we were with earlier is a no-go. Bit of an imposter. I think this is the real Breeze.
Yes. He thinks he's the real Breeze. It doesn't mean that he is.
We should tie up his hands just in case.
Yes. And get rid of his magical equipment too while we're at it.
Everyone hops onto Breeze's character sheet.
So what do we get?
I'll be happy to hand it back.
Will you though?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Alright, so you continue to hack away and slowly release Breeze.
Hang on, who's releasing him?
Sorry?
Did anyone say we were releasing him? Are we releasing
Slowly releasing him so you can gain access to his magical items. Which are, you know.
We need to get things, man.
Okay.
Alright.
We've got to let him out. We've got to keep going. You can't leave him here.
Alright. So, as you do, he does continue to object your actions towards him before he abruptly just bursts out, alright, so something's going on. What are you even doing? You are on the side of Clan Coldstreak, right?
Yeah. Can I just leave the spider bit on the web on his back and just leave him stuck to bolt?
Sure.
Yeah. We're still on Clan Coldstream's side. Can you please take off your boots?
Yeah. Mate, pass me your sword. I think I'll be needing that.
Y'all need to calm down.
It's cool. The prince has betrayed us.
The prince is what?
betrayed us.
But he can't. He's the prince.
I don't know that he is.
Well, what else could he be? He's not one of the spider women, is he?
We think he's either Fae or been ensorcelled by the Fae.
Or he's a demon.
Demon.
Yeah, Rivka. He's a demon. Sure. Right. Anyway, you said he was here not long ago. Did he continue? What happened to him?
He went deeper into the crypt. I assumed that he was heading towards you to check on the process, to check on how things were proceeding into the keep.
Was he alone?
He had the bard with him.
Bard.
Ugly. Never trust an ugly bard.
Then why do we trust you, Tinker? All right.
Ooh.
To be fair, he's only like a level 2 bard now, so he's probably lost some of his looks.
I've lost 4 charisma, but I'm still 18.
So his makeup is no longer on fleek.
Oh.
I spent 2 minutes bringing Breeze up to speed on what's happened in the last hour or so.
All right. So by the end of the conversation, Breeze is looking absolutely horrified by what's going on, and you can see that he's looking around the crypt before he just shakes his head. Well, I guess that explains why the rest of the party were able to be taken out so quickly. She just leapt on us almost as soon as the prince had left the room. We were all looking at him when she attacked us, but
What, here? In this room?
yes.
Where's the rest of the party?
He motions to the rest of the sarcophagi.
Right. An adventuring party, were they?
We were meant to be your replacements for the next shift. When you didn't come back, we figured that we'd be heading up and double checking to make sure you're all right.
I go through the other sarcophagi, see if there are other survivors.
Yes, I'm doing that also.
All right. So as you head through the various sarcophagi, you are eventually able to dig out 5 bodies from from the members of Clan Coldstreak. That's the one that you guys are part of. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there were any survivors whatsoever, but oddly, all of them appear to have been stripped of their items and belongings even before that they were placed into the sarcophagi.
Except Breeze. Tinker.
Yes, except Breeze.
That makes me quite suspicious.
Yes. Bolt, do not let go of him.
You guys can see Breeze just exhales deeply and just motions to the wad of spiderweb, which is keeping him stuck to Bolt.
Cool. Let's yoink his stuff. I don't trust him.
Keep it for now, but
I'm sorry, my friend, and I take his goggles of night from him. Unless he already has.
Yes, I kind of had. But do you want to flip for it?
No, you take it. You were there first.
Right.
If you guys are able to just mark it down as being yours, I don't want to have to go through all this and make sure that we're so he can get his items back.
oh yeah, don't get rid of them. We'll just not use them for the next session.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do from here?
Well, I think Breeze can probably regain some of our lack of trust by an act which would instill that trust back in us. So, I think the next time we find something, Breeze is going to have a crack. First off, how does that sound, Breeze?
You want me to what?
You Have you heard of the term cannon fodder before? Oh, we probably don't have. What would be
We
the,
want you to become the official trap checker.
Yeah.
Whilst he's stuck to the back of the familiar.
We'll cut him off that.
No, he's a thrown trap checker.
He gives a bit of a sigh before he just shakes his head. Why is it always the halfling?
To be fair, it's also dwarves, so.
It's always the halfling who turns up suspiciously wrapped up in his dead party who appeared and disappeared previously. Then it's always them. Otherwise,
And in full possession of all his equipment when his dead comrades have been stripped of theirs.
She heard a noise. You guys were coming in. I assumed she was in a rush.
yep, whatever.
You can get our trust back, Breeze, by engaging in an act of selfless courage. No doubt shortly.
He just continues to mutter to himself a bit. Fine, but as soon as this happens to one of you, I'm using you as the shield instead.
Right.
How are you feeling, Breeze? Do you still feel like you're in full control of all your faculties?
Can't
Feel like you could cast any spell you used to cast before?
I mean, I've been weaker, but like I said, that's been a whole thing that's been going on for the last few weeks, hasn't it? Sorry, last few days.
Weeks, see?
Ah.
Right.
Days. It's only a matter of hours since it happened to us.
He's talking about the mysterious sickness, not the level drop.
None of us suffered the mysterious sickness,
No, we did not.
including him. He's got more holes in his story than a
No,
colander.
you guys did suffer from it.
Oh no, we did remember. We had those levels of exhaustion, but just lesser restoration dust. It was just me and you, Rob.
Oh, speaking of, lesser restoration doesn't actually heal exhaustion, so remember that one going forward.
That was hours ago.
Really?
Yeah, I know, right?
It just heals level drain, right?
Sorry?
It just heals level drain.
No.
One level at a time.
Yeah. We used to.
Yep, back in the day.
Back when I was...
I reckon we push on.
What was I talking about? I forgot.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, lads.
Yes, let's go.
We've got to get moving.
Wink.
All right.
Now, don't wuss out like that again. We spanked that thing.
Where is my revealy
now
part?
that he's not your familiar?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving.
Did I do it right? Nope. Helps if I click
Nope.
reveal area. There we go. Alright, so you guys push on into the crypts, and after going through a few of the catacombs, you eventually wind up in another room which seems to have just been outright sealed on the other side. Now, directly in front of you there is a pedestal which contains 2 scrolls, and around you there are an additional 4 pedestals which are currently decorated with a bit of a monkey motif.
Right.
We roll stealth now, Sam, or...
Yeah, if you would like, sure.
It's a puzzle room.
Doesn't sound impressive.
Plus 10.
Because we've got parts of that trace.
It's still
Yeah.
running.
Well, even if it wasn't, I could reactivate it. It's at will.
Oh, that's nice. That's what I'm saying.
So it's permanent.
Good
37.
survival stealth there.
Oh shit. My bad. Oh no!
Oh dear. That
Do you have any still?
I believe that's a nat 1 there, Addison.
27.
Oh, because it was a
He rolled a
survival.
27 first, though. Oh no, it was a different roll.
It's a
Oh,
survival.
you absolute Jesus.
Oh my goodness. How many 20s do I have?
So what level is he now, Sam?
All right, Addison, you currently have 1 nat 20 and 1 nat 1 stored.
God. Oh God. Nah, I don't think there's. We didn't see any bad guys. We'll be fine. Let's activate this one for me.
All right, let me have a look.
What?
So I'm going to put you on mute.
All right, I'm going to be altering the parameters of this little challenge for you guys. You may continue on.
Continue on, Sam.
Sorry?
I continue on.
All right. So, like I said, you guys have the 5 pedestals in front of you. What would you like?
May we inspect the pedestals?
All right.
What's down the end there?
So, directly in front of you, there appears to be what looks like a solid wall of magic, which is manifesting as a series of sparkles, almost made solid. As you begin to look around the room and investigate it, you can feel the hairs at the back of your hands stand on end on the side which is closest to that particular door. Now, the 2 scrolls which are on the central pedestal seem to be currently unmarked, but they are basically made of unremarkable parchment. On the remaining 4 pedestals, however, there appear to be a series of necklaces, at least 2 to each pedestal. One pedestal currently shows a monkey currently hiding its eyes. One shows a monkey covering its mouth, another a monkey covering its ears, and the final one has a monkey who is simply grinning widely.
Okay.
Investigate the room for traps, Sam.
Yep. Yep, so roll for me.
Sorry about
Did you say the monkeys are on all 5 pedestals? There's a monkey symbol on all 5, but I heard 4.
Only 4.
Description. So the middle one doesn't have it, but the other 4 do.
Correct.
Is that right? Okay. Does it matter?
So the scrolls might have a riddle or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Should I turn it into a monkey? Reckon that will help.
it. Definitely.
Sure. Can you summon a little cloud?
All right, so I'm sorry, what were you guys doing?
Being confused.
Yeah, Ruthka was going to investigate the central pedestal, weren't you?
I was investigating the room and probably focusing on the rear wall.
Yep.
And I got a 15.
All right. So you, in addition to the explanation, the just details I provided before, you do a few preliminary tests on the wall of magic at the other side, and it appears that the wall itself seems to be rejecting any matter which is attempting to pass through it, as you try with a rock, a small dagger, and eventually just whatever knickknacks you have on you that you consider expendable.
So, breeze?
What does the rock like bounce off it, or does breeze just bounce off it, or does like breeze catch fire?
If you guys are going to be throwing breeze and the rock, basically they just bounce off of the surface as if it were solid.
Let's throw breeze a couple times. That's going to be fun.
That's so evil.
What alignment are we again? Just checking.
Well, I was about to
yes,
question
I'm
that,
sorry.
but
we really shouldn't do that. That would be quite disrespectful and wrong.
I'm reluctantly good, by the way.
Unless it was part of a game which he consented to.
reluctantly good.
Someone I think needs to look at the central pedestal if that's the one that has the scrolls on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start reading the scrolls.
Well, can we just check? Maybe Ruthgar can investigate whether it's trapped.
Alright.
I should say I don't know if I've actually got the best investigation yet, but I'm happy to do this.
Well, who does have the best investigation?
It may be me. I don't know.
I've got +7.
I got +8.
Don't you wish you guys had Nero?
Yeah.
All right, so another investigation of 13. All right, so you check through the piece of paper, and it takes you a very brief moment to realize that it doesn't seem to be trapped or otherwise have a problem whatsoever. You very quickly unfurl it, and you can see that the language on it seems to be in common.
Oh, I'll read it. In common.
All right. So, the first of the scrolls is fairly lengthy, and you take a moment to read it over before reading it out loud. And just so you guys don't interrupt me, I will also put the wording of this into the chat. Silly monkeys with their wars finally passed the Fakin door. In the darkness they tried to hide, but only one was left inside. Struggle endlessly as you might, only we can win this fight. With all your strength that we have taken, this battle will prove you quite forsaken. The power of your demon slayer lays deep among the dead. If to anvil our kind make prayer, we keep his form instead. The power of the silvered tongue lays in the court of the hag. Her many deeds now go well sung, with the form we are able to snag. The magic skill, the call to soar, lays mourning in the world of sorrow. Trapped now within its anguished halls, we keep this form once borrowed. Our final claim, an innocent trap, lays among your monkey friends. He collects both treasure and scrap, his form true when his gold he spends. If wits you lack and the end you chase, our lord will prove elusive. Seek our autumn castle's embrace, its location quiet and reclusive.
We have to eat the monkeys.
Right.
The monkeys? Do we have to shock the monkeys?
Alright. Now, the second scroll is much smaller and only contains a brief, scant paragraph. See no evil protects the magic monkeys. Hear no evil wards the priest. Speak no evil shields the smallest monkeys. Tolerating no evil guards the wild beast.
Right.
Sam, do these scrolls seem magical? Do they have any sort of innate magic to them?
They do not.
Mm-hmm.
Silly monkeys, the wars finally passed.
Yeah.
Would you guys like us to take a quick break while you mule over all the words?
Yeah,
Reading, yes.
Yep.
that's a good idea.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll put a quick halt to the recording in 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, so you guys have the puzzle. What would you like to do?
Well, I think the second scroll speaks to each of our innate abilities. I'm of the view that the plinth that has the necklaces on it, which is the monkey covering its eyes, is meant to better. It refers to you and me, Norloth. So I'm going to go towards that plinth and test. Everyone stand back now and test this hypothesis. And I'm going to take one of the necklaces from the top of the plinth and hold it.
Alright. So, when you hold it, you are able to detect that there is a magical energy contained within the necklace.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I can determine the nature of it?
Yes, you may.
Can I assist?
Sure.
I'll be right.
With a 21. Who knows? You might get a nat 20.
Get a 20.
All right, I'll go for the mythical 20, which I never get.
And that's a 10.
Okay.
All right. So you begin to investigate the necklace. So I'll get you to add your flavor afterwards. But when you investigate the necklace, you are able to ascertain that there does seem to be a spell which is bound to the necklace. Upon wearing it, it looks like you will be inflicted with a curse of blindness. You'll be unable to see while you are wearing the necklace.
Okay, guys, this necklace at least is enchanted, and if I was to put it on, I would be blinded. Can I sense anything else with it?
You are not able to detect if there's anything else. It looks like that is the only parameter to it.
Okay. I place the necklace back on the plinth.
Right.
Perhaps the only way we can get through the magical barrier is by wearing the necklaces. The only concern I have is once you put them on, can you take them off again?
I'm curious.
Should we grab one from the Speaks No Evil Monkey, throw on Breeze and throw him through the portal?
Yeah, let's give it a go. Breeze, this is the time to win the trust back.
All right.
Are
Breeze.
you agreeable? No, hold a second. I would like Breeze to at least be given the opportunity of gaining our trust back and agreeing to this.
So he gives a bit of a sigh and he rolls his eyes. Oh, I mean, honestly, you're not really giving me a chance, but just give it to me and I'll do what we need to.
All right, so we need to go then to the Speak No Evil Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Breeze, put it around your neck. Put one around your neck.
All right. So Breeze puts on the necklace and you can see that he seems to have a shudder go through him as if he had goosebumps. He gives a wiggle and then he opens his mouth in order to say something, but no noise actually comes out.
Okay, two things. Firstly, tinker it, immediately put the other one on. Secondly, Breeze, can you please try and take that off?
All right. So he slips his fingers under the necklace and attempts to lift it up, but it appears that the necklace is stuck onto his chest at this point.
Right. Maybe if we go through the portal, that we'll be able to take him off on the other side.
Breeze, can you try and put your hand into the portal?
He resolutely marches up to the portal and sticks his hand through it. There is no reaction, but you guys can see that he is able to pass through.
Breeze, walk through the portal, and then come back within the count of 10.
He does so.
He comes back.
Correct.
Right. Well, looks like we got him, right? Tinker it.
Tinker, have you not put the necklace on yet? Do you still have the capacity for speech?
You're muted.
You're muted.
He's got the necklace on, alright?
Yeah.
You already put it on. You already put it on.
I said, stop, Breeze, don't go through here, let's tie a rope around him. No one said anything.
Okay, well, maybe that's a good idea, though, Tick, but maybe if he goes through...
Go through and try and take the necklace off on the other side.
Why doesn't he go through and then come? Well, he can't tell us what he sees on the other. He could go through, come back, and then you could detect thoughts on him.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. So he undergoes all that you guys are recommending, and when he returns, he just kind of glares at the group of you. He does still have the necklace on, however.
I'll detect thoughts on him.
You detect more than mild annoyance at the group. Aside from that, he seems to be somewhat intrigued about the contents of the next room. You aren't able to get much that makes sense, but you do get the impression of a lot of cables and wires.
Could he take the necklace off?
Sorry?
We asked to
Try
we
and
asked take it. Yeah. We asked him to try and take the necklace off on the other side. Did he do that?
Yeah, he is able to think at you. Yes, that he did try and do so.
Right.
And he couldn't get it off.
Correct.
Well, cool. Right. So yeah, he came through. When he came back, he thought that he tried and he couldn't take it off on the other side. And there's a whole bunch. He's intrigued about the next room. Apparently, there's cables and wires or something. But I guess we only know when we go through.
So we're going to have blind people, mute people.
Yeah, blind people with offensive magical spells.
Yes. Deaf people.
Well, what is tolerating no evil? What does that mean?
I suppose it's the good, happy one.
Right.
Do you know what that means?
Well, did we decide? Was it me or Rithka that was putting on the tolerating no evil?
We didn't.
Right.
I'll give it a go.
Do you reckon you are the evil, like tolerating no evil guards the wild beast? I figure you at times can be a wild beast, but I at times can turn into a literal wild beast.
But aren't there two on each monkey?
Oh, yeah, same. Are there two necklaces on each monkey?
But who's the priest then? That's the That's the thing.
Yeah.
We think that you might be the priest.
Sam, I pick it up and then try to see if it's somehow attuned to me with an Arcana check, if that's okay. I don't know if it'll work, but that's what I try to do.
All right. Sorry, which necklace?
The wild beast one.
Woohoo!
With a natural 20. A natural 20. All right. So you begin to investigate the necklace, and you. Let me have a look. Wild beast. You can sense that this particular ward does seem to be tied to someone in the party, but it isn't yourself. However, the ward for tolerating no evil seems much more complicated than the wards for everyone else. As near as you can tell, it may require all four wards in order to break through the door for whoever is considered the wild beast.
Right. Well, what happens if we put on the wrong one and we try to go through and then we can't take it off? I figure I've got Great Restoration which gets rid of curses. If we get it wrong, I can cast that once, but we can't fuck it up again.
Seeing as I haven't put mine on yet, can I go grab it and cast Detect Magic and see if it actually reacts to me?
Actually, before we carry on, it has occurred to me I might have actually just derped a little bit. Addison, how are you casting Detect Thoughts?
Part of my Helm of Telepathy. It's an at will.
You do not have that.
Don't I?
Nope.
Why?
Okay.
Did you take my Rod of the Packkeeper as well?
Maybe.
Okay, because I added that back.
Right, okay. That makes sense. I'll get rid of it then. If
Oh,
that was
did you go into our characters and take magic items off us?
Sorry?
Did you go into our characters and remove magic items?
I might have been stealing things as Breeze. Maybe.
because I don't have apparatus of coalition anymore.
Right.
Right. Well, I'm taking my ring back from Breeze, my ring of evasion.
Not that ring. Sorry, not Breeze. Not the one with you. The other one.
Oh, okay.
The other one. Right. How do you steal a helmet protection off my head? A helmet off my head.
By rolling a 35 in sleight of hand.
Oh, dude, okay.
So, specifically, Solturum, you have lost a ring of evasion due to a 31 sleight of hand. Tinkret, the mantle of spell resistance, due to a 23 in sleight of hand, since you have a much nerfed passive perception now. Solturum, he stole your ring upon leaving the alleyway. Tinkret, he stole your mantle upon you guys entering in the warehouse. Norloth, he stole your sunblade upon
that thing. Okay, yeah.
I was just using that as a shadow blade, so I don't actually have that.
Fair enough. He stole that in the middle of the meeting that you guys were having with the other clans members with a 26 sleight of hand. And Addison, he stole from Will the insignia of the claws with a 29 sleight of hand and the helm of telepathy with a 35 on the way to the crypts.
Ouch. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, let's find that bastard and kill him.
That's our next plan. Right, after we just discovered all of our stuff is missing.
Rithgar, I've got 2 goggles of knights, so I stole one off him. You can have one.
Fantastic.
So, question, guys. Do you guys feel that you now have incentive to kill the bad guys? Between loss of levels, loss of magical items, and other mysterious things?
Can I say metagaming? I have incentive to kill the dungeon master.
And what's your address?
This time instead of a glitter bomb, it's an actual.
Yes. So when does it start up again?
Oh yeah, that's what I was messaging Scott, wasn't I?
Right, we've all just discovered, looked into our packs. I've patted down my head and discovered that I cannot cast Detect Thoughts, and I do not have my insignia nor my helmet.
If it makes you feel better, I nearly ended up taking your Staff of the Woodlands, but I figured you'd notice that.
I would have cried.
And also, in my defense, I left it up to dice rolls each time as to what was taken and who was stolen from.
Fair enough.
But nothing was stolen from me, Sam.
Apparently not.
No one wants to go near you, Rithgar. You are fucking crazy.
He saw the skinned cat and was like, "Ooh, no."
Fuck it. Go through or what? I want to get to the castle of the hag. I want to kill that bitch.
I have to go check how many of my spells have somatic elements to them.
I don't need to worry about that because I've got my bagpipes and I can play drums and I can just tap shit out to cast my spells. I don't have to say anything. Persuasion may be a little bit more difficult.
I am fucked. I can't do that because I will have absolutely no spells.
But hang on. Are you mute? You're not mute. I'll be the one who's mute, won't I?
Yeah, we'll be
I'll be
blind.
blind. Okay. Alright.
We had, fireballs everywhere, guys.
No, I should be okay if I'm blind, provided people point me in the right direction.
I can't tell you anything because I can't speak.
No, just like I will hold my pointy magic finger up, and you just aim it like a bow or a crossbow.
Solturum feels something graze his knee. Solturum just immediately kicks.
So turn past Fireball.
I try and... Do I still have my mental connection with Trim?
No, remember we determined that was severed due to the lack of levels.
So no mental connection any longer.
Yeah.
Can't use his eyes.
Nope.
Oh, I can't use his voice, rather. Well, lucky I've got pen and paper.
And bagpipes.
Fuck it. You're not gonna do anything staying here. My wonderful party. We must move onward.
I wonder if I'm a magic monkey.
I don't know.
I'm not the wild beast. I don't think I'm one of the smallest monkeys.
Well, hang on. Smallest monkeys, because is Breeze one of them? Oh yeah, that's one he's tried, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Breeze, you're the other one.
I'm usually magical, but not presently.
Yes.
I
Okay.
just leave the nun or the priest.
Well, the wild beast is Addison. Didn't we establish that? The smallest monkeys are the halflings. The magic monkeys are Norloth and I.
Maybe it's like SEU or something.
It's like what?
Ruthka, can you go up and touch the magical coil? You might not actually. You might just see whether you can stick your hand through.
Yeah. Oh, as in just walk up and...
Yeah, have a go.
I don't have any of the amulets on, so I'll put on...
Just don't put an amulet on. You're not a priest, are you?
No. I'm 3 levels of rogue.
So you might, if you just this might be stupid, but just go and see if you can put your hand through. If not, go back, put the priest one on.
Yep, I do that. I go and try and put my hand through something.
All right. So you have the witch necklace?
None at the moment.
None?
So I'm assuming nothing that I just bang into the wall.
All right. So if you have none, then yes, you do bang into the wall.
All right.
Does he make a good dong sound when he does it?
More of a thwomp.
Go try the monkey covering its ears.
Yeah, I pick up the priest one, and should I do an Arcana check again, or is that sort of cheating?
No.
Depends. What are you wanting to do with the priest one?
To see if it speaks to me, like if it's attuned to me or mice.
All right.
In some way.
With your natural 20 from before, as you pick up the priest one, you get the sensation it begins to resonate with your magical energies a little bit more than you would have expected. You suspect that, yes, you do have the correct one.
I put it on.
Alrighty. So, that is that one. Immediately, as soon as you put it on, you are rendered deaf.
Alright, I'm going to indicate to Ruthka. Ruthka, try and indicate, go through the portal, turn around, come back and tell us what you see.
I can't hear.
No, I'm miming it to you.
And I
I'm
say
tapping
I
you,
can't hear.
I'm pointing at you.
Write it
I'm
down.
gonna
Yeah.
pull out a piece of paper and just write it.
Oh, is Ruthka literate? I had not assumed that.
You're lucky he can't hear you.
Hey, Rifka, there's a demon down the way.
I dive through the portal.
You cannot hear.
Alright. So, yes, you are able to move through the portal without any problem.
We've got another one. I guess I will put on the tolerating no evil amulet.
Alright. So, when you put on the amulet, you are suddenly struck deaf, dumb, and blind. And on top of that, you are now going to be under the effects of the bliss spell. I don't know if you guys recall this one. This is from the book of the Tome of Spells. So, while you are blissed out, you are currently feeling an immense sensation of pleasure and satisfaction, and functionally you're going to be acting like you're completely drunk.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good to me. Right, guys. Right, I feel great.
It's like your first character I met.
Yeah.
Harrison. What was that one?
Oh, F.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always missed. Cool.
Alright, guys. I think you guys should put your fucking things on. And heads off, yeah.
Sing a song before we go.
I'd rather you did. Maybe I wish I was the deaf one, mate. Fucking hell.
Can I convince Breeze to be my guide halfling when I'm blind?
Wow.
You what? Sorry.
My guide
Tinker,
halfling?
Tinker, can you be my guide halfling?
Am I going to ride upon your shoulders?
No, I have some rope. I'll just create a harness around you.
I watched Kroll the other day with the kids, and that didn't end well with the person being dragged along by the rope.
No, actually, who can still speak?
I'm good.
You're
I'm
drunk.
good.
though,
I'm good.
No, I'm gonna go. With
He
Tinker.
can't hear you.
I'll just put my hand on your shoulder, Tinker.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll reach down.
Okay. I may never get to sing another song, so I think I might have
Well,
to
you know,
before we go.
it's good that you're looking at the silver lining of the situation.
Yeah, that's me. Do you guys want to hear it?
Well, you can't speak.
Rithka can't.
I haven't put it on yet.
Go for it. Sing us a song.
Now we must. I just need to finish up the last line now because it's changed.
I'm gonna start eyeing off the deaf one and just like eyeing it. I'm like, do I want to put it on right now?
I've almost got it. And
Just a quick reminder, I'm on the other side battling who knows what.
well, you can come back anytime, bro. Green slides, blue slides, they didn't prove too hard. For Tinkrit and his merry crew, they turned them into amphib stew. Ogre Magi were the next. They felt the sting of multi-hex. Poking holes and spilling blood, they hit the ground, thud bounce thud. And then we did encounter lost. Attacking us, their lives the cost. We struck them down, well, mainly me, although Norloth did hurt one's knee. This was followed by Ciruimon many. They sought to do us damage plenty, but just like all the rest, they found they could not meet our test. A sawget dog kissed the boys and made them cry. I grabbed them all and ran away. I didn't hang around to die, and whatever we may find in our way, we'll either die or perhaps pay. But it seems our enemies do not play fair. They have stolen my skills. Note my glare. It's time to make the ugly bard pay, to torture him in unusual ways. It's time to regain our hard-won skills, the experience we gained from monster kills. So as is usual, as is the way, Tinkrit's crew will win the day. We will catch the devious and ugly Fey, and yes indeed, we'll make him pay. And by pay, I mean he'll die. I'll thread my rapier between both eyes. Even though he beg and plead, upon his corpse my eyes will feed. And so all shall be returned to us, all we've earned and restored thus. Now we must venture forth and gain our power back. We will charge the halls of Fairy and all their towers sack.
That's awesome, and I think Sam, that deserves us having advantage on rolls for the rest of the because we're so inspired by what we just heard.
And they get their levels back as well.
Well, I was trying to be reasonable, but you know,
Wouldn't go astray, but anyway.
That was very good.
It was very good.
it looks like he just wrote more canon, mate.
Huh?
Looks like he just wrote more canon.
Yeah, mate. Anyway, let's go.
Oh, fuck it. All right, I'm putting the necklace on.
Ditto.
Hi.
Tinker, hold my hand.
I stumble, almost trip into the portal.
Now that you're
I strike
completely
forward.
deaf, blind, and can't talk, Will?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's Tommy.
Tommy?
Sure plays a mean pinball.
Yes.
Got it. Figured you guys might actually go for Helen Keller, but, you know, that's just the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I'm a bit more rock than that.
All right. So, before we continue on, Breeze has been silenced. Tinkrit, what are you?
He's not speaking because he is silent.
Rithgar, what are you?
Mute.
Yeah.
No, deaf. Sorry, deaf. Good lord.
Deaf. All right. Norloth and Solturum, what about the two of you?
What? Who said that? Who said that? Where are you?
I play the bagpipes.
Tinkrit, did you realize that your hands are quite sweaty?
I'm wearing gloves.
Hey, you can't speak.
I'm very good at the bagpipe. I can make it sound like speech.
All right.
How about that? Performance.
If we do this for much longer, I'm gonna have some real lower back issues. So.
He plays the bagpipes to an average level. All right. So you guys put on the necklaces. Norloth and Solturum, the two of you silenced yourself. Is that right?
No, we're blind.
You're blind. Yep.
Yes.
Don't mind me. Blind. All right. So, you guys, as a party, are collectively able to make your way through into the next room. So, for those of you who are otherwise going to have problems with being silenced, you can describe what your character is doing, but just obviously no words. For anybody else, you can try and interpret what they're doing, likely through a either insight or, they might be very good at performing. Kind of their call. All right, so you guys make it through the portal, which, with your necklaces on, you are able to walk through as if it were thin air. The next room appears to be one which has many more sarcophagi located within it, and scattered around you can see an absolute spider web of tripwires and heavy rocks and very blatant traps, which all seem to be leading towards heavy rocks which seem intended to destroy the sarcophagi. If you are going to trip over any of these, then it's likely a sarcophagi is going to pay the price.
Breeze, I'm gonna fucking kill you. That was a terrible description of what you well knew was in the room.
So, yeah.
So much for winning our trust back, you.
Right. So, Sam, you said I was all three.
Correct.
Is that right? Okay, cool. I might be wandering, just hands outstretched because I'm blind and deaf and mute.
All right. So, Michael, you were the first one through. You may get the first action, and if so required, you can possibly end up stopping Addison Will from moving forward.
I will just get to work on these traps. Trying to trying to undo them.
And by that, do you mean letting Addison trip the first few?
Well, as soon as he comes through, I'm going to try and grab him and probably tie him up. Once I figure out that he's blind.
I will assist with Gar with my sleight of hand and my thieves' tools.
Alrighty.
I'm very close. I'm very close to intimidating a party member at the moment. FYI. I don't care which.
Alright.
Okay.
Hit me up with a survival to, I guess, try and tie Will up. For this one, you will... Will / Addison, are you more inclined to try and fight them?
Probably not. If I know there must be a reason. I'd probably just put my hands by my side and sit. I'm not needed. I'm useless. If I cannot hear, see, or speak anything.
But again, you are drunk. It is.
Oh yes, I forgot about that aspect. So maybe I hands outstretched. I might trip and fall before they can trap me.
Okay, survival of 23. Alright, so Rithgar is very, very easily going to be able to catch you as you come in, and anything he does is liable to have you thoroughly tied up. Roll me a dex save versus his survival, again 23, in order to see whether you're able to elude his capture. That is a nat 1.
I'm not. Okay.
So, would you like to stash the nat 1, or would you like to use it?
I feel like I can use it. I don't know. Maybe might be able to. That should be fine.
So you want to use it?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Alrighty.
They're not being tied up.
So, you stumble through, and Rithgar, being deaf, is a little bit finding it a little bit harder to actually track your direct movements, and you're able to stumble around him directly into some of the tripwire. As everybody emerges into the room, those who are blessed with the capacity for sight encounter a very wonderful machination of tripwire after tripwire after tripwire going through, and you guys can functionally see that each one of the sarcophagus in line is going to be destroyed unless you guys do something to stop that.
Task failed successfully.
Sorry?
I think I just failed that task successfully. I did what was aimed,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay, I'll keep going. I wonder what was in those sarcophagus. I hope nothing important.
What's going on?
We can't see, so don't worry.
I can see.
Not your problem.
Can I attempt to trick him or something? Or tell Bolt? Oh, what about my connection to Bolt? Can I tell him what to do?
Ooh, that is a good question. Since that's done through a magical item, but I think you need to verbally tell him, don't you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's never come up before.
Amulet. Let me have a look. Do.
The amulet's where I can telepathically call the guard to travel to it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. Grab him, Bolt!
Grab who?
the thing that's wandering around like a drunkard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case, again, you guys are functionally going to be doing another contested one, so,
Just do it gently, pat him gently, and then try and cuddle him.
roll me a dexterity check on behalf of Bolt, and then, yeah.
This is not going to go well.
Who knows? Well then. Alright, so that's a 5. Alright, so flavor it up for me. Exactly how does a Bolt fail in this regard?
Bolt tries to cuddle him picks him up and tries to cuddle him like a baby, but is not really very good at that, and so drops him on his head.
Fair enough. Alright, so what happens is there is abruptly a very loud crunching noise, which immediately is enough to tremble the floor beneath you. When that occurs, you guys in the distance can hear a very loud howling noise, as if a pack of wolves had abruptly entered into the area and was slowly convening on your immediate location. A few seconds later, before you can really react, out of the walls begin to ooze about 6 spectral dogs who, as they have a look around, their attention focuses solely on Will, and those of you capable of hearing just immediately begin to growl.
Mm-hmm. We are forced to growl.
No, the doggos growl.
Okay.
Oop, things are on the wrong thing. Give me a sec, guys. Alright, so you guys are going to be forfeiting your any bonus round you may be getting due to Addison's that one there. So, can I get you all to please roll into initiative?
Are the sarcophagi getting destroyed as we do this?
Correct. Do, 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 do. So you guys, don't say I'm not a generous DM. I gave you the chance to do to handle your status conditions without entering combat.
Did you?
Well, I like to think so.
We're just too dumb.
No, Addison rolled an @1. All right.
You gave us the chance, then you took that chance away.
Sorry.
You gave us the chance, and then you took it away.
Quite expertly, sir. Yep. Okay, we will get rid of Spider Lady. Tinkeret, roll. Where's Tinkeret?
I think it might be Norloth.
16. And Norloth rolled 7. Will has rolled an 11. Solturum has rolled an 18. I'm going to put the round divider back at the top. Rithgar also rolled a 14, and Norloth rolled a unnatural 20.
She'll go the same as me now, right? 16?
Sorry?
Bolt is the same as me now, I take it. 16?
Correct. Okay, shield cutting goes there, and goes there. Alright, and now I roll for the puppers. They get a 22. It looks like our puppers are ahead of everyone. All
Right.
All right. So, as the the wolves manifest into the room, you guys can, those of you capable of hearing will note that they don't seem to make any noise as they scuff across the ground. While they do have the spectral image, you can also see that almost every one of them seems to have a head which is a little bit at odds with the rest of their body, as if they had been, a completely different wolf head had been sewn onto the body of another wolf. Now, they immediately opt to head in and attack Will. Oh, yep, there he is. All of them just convening onto the one immediate area. So, Will is an unnatural 20 going to hit.
Yeah.
All right. Please roll me a strength saving throw. That is a 15. All right. As the first of the creatures rushes forward and slams into you, you are knocked prone. It chomps down on your leg and begins to tear into your flesh, dealing 16 points of piercing damage. The second one opts to rush ahead instead and begins to slash at you using its claws instead. I'm going to assume a 27 is going to hit. That one is going to do 12 piercing damage as it leaves scratches up your face. The final of these three gets a 21 to hit, and is going to be doing 9 piercing damage. Alright.
Cool.
The ones in the background, let me have a look, begin to prowl, and they seem to be trying to directly interfere with the remaining rocks which are crushing the sarcophagi. Alright. Norloth, you may begin now.
Christ. Can I cast... Can I quick cast Detect Magic?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah. Would that allow me to see the poppers or not?
Ooh, good question. You know what? It's a good idea. I will allow it. Alright, so using your magical ability, you are able to see the various poppers. You are also able to ascertain that it looks like their energy, so to speak, appears to be made out of both a mix of fey and necrotic energy.
I guess I will just Eldritch Blast the one closest to me.
Alrighty.
Is the fact that his icon upside down like messing with anybody else's OCD?
Not really.
Okay.
You want me to fix that?
Just check.
There you go. Alright, so you're blasting 2 Eldritch Blasts, or just the one?
Two.
Alright. Both of those hit.
Yay. And that's me. I guess I'll move into the corner. That's me done.
Fair enough. Alright. So that was this one, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So the Eldritch Blast slams into the creature and it elicits a yelp of pain as it stops focusing directly on Will for a brief moment to glare at you before its attention returns to him. Alright, Solturum.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
I raise my hand up with my finger pointing and hope that Tinkrit sees it and points my finger in the right direction. In the hope that he understands I'm trying to do something to cast a spell.
This is very fair. Alright, what is your passive perception, Rob, as Tinkrit?
You're muted, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, you're muted again.
12.
12? And what is your, let's say, passive performance there, Solturum?
15. Oh, sorry.
13.
13. Tinkrit is able to see Solturum begin the extravagant gestures required to cast his spell. Would Tinkrit attempt to aim? Regardless, you will be doing this at disadvantage.
Sure, why not?
Alright.
Where are you? I can't even see you. You're 3,000 miles away.
That didn't work. Hold on a second. That didn't work. Okay, so sorry, I'll do that. I'll do that again because I think I fucked that up.
Just put in 2d4. Oh, sorry, 4d4 regularly, because it's not over here anyway.
Okay.
All right.
So that is
9 points of damage, I believe.
yes.
That's for a first level. You get one more because you cast it at second.
Okay.
Another 2 points.
Fantastic.
Wow, the D4s hate you tonight. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 points of damage. Alright, so that's going to be 8 diamonds, I guess, zipping out.
Yep. 8 lovely, gloriously beautiful gems of magical blue energy fly out and smack into one of these dogs.
Which one would you like to hit?
Mm,
That one?
whichever one, yeah, that's a good suggestion, whoever pinged there.
Alrighty, done. Anything else for your turn?
Let me just see, I don't think I... What type of damage did these guys do?
Piercing.
Okay, great.
But would you know that's what they do? Ooh.
Oh, well, I don't really know, so I'm going to take a guess that something's attacking us and throw up a kinetic barrier.
Right. I will allow you to do that if you. What is your passive history?
Well, I don't know. I'm just assuming I'm being attacked by something, and I don't really know. So I'm the only defensive spells I have are that. So I don't really care.
Oh, it's on you.
What's attacking
Sorry,
us.
I thought you were doing it on Will.
No, I'm doing it on me.
Okay. Yep. All right. Carry on.
Yeah,
Do
no,
somebody else. He's a noble.
It's it only targets self anyway.
yeah. So I'm protecting myself. So and I'm huddling Tinkrit into me, so he's basically part of me.
That's not going to last. I've got to go and stab things.
I know. We've known each other for a long time, Tinkrit, so I'm not assuming that it's going to be anything other than a brief interaction based on history, which will very quickly dissipate.
Oh no, that's that wasn't my point at all. But okay, that's lovely. Thank you.
I whimper brokenheartedly.
Alrighty. Coming up next is Tinkrit.
Bolts come in here. Shrimp will go there. Are these large? So that's within reach. I can still stab that thing.
Yes, they. Oh, actually, just a sec. They are actually considered huge.
Huge. Oh my. That's good for me. I think I can kind of hide underneath them. Naturally stealthy.
I don't know. Sorry.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just going to say, I don't know why sometimes I put GIFs into the chat and they don't do the Giphy thing of moving.
Are you pasting a GIF or are you actually choosing it from the GIF thing? But let's talk about that later. I will attack this thing.
All right.
Hex on it. First spells. Hex. It doesn't do any damage until I hit it. Action. Oh, I've only got one attack. How fun. Does it hit?
It does not.
I try to swear, but I'm unable to.
Noted. All right. So describe to me how you've missed in this case.
I tried to use a special move that I thought I knew, but it seems that I don't recall it.
Yep. Alrighty. Easy. Alright, so your blade clashes down on the sarcophagi next to this creature, and as soon as it does and chips away some of the stone, you see its attention almost diverts with an almost laser-like accuracy from the sarcophagi directly, from Will directly onto you. Alright.
Right.
Shield Guardian?
He will now that I've missed, I'll move over here and belt it.
Alright.
Oh, actually, I get advantage because of Trimp. Thank goodness. Oh, please hit. Yay!
That's better. So yes, that time you will hit.
Why doesn't that work? Damage.
Okay, 23. And that's on this one?
Yeah,
All right, well, flavor it up for me. What does this look like?
I know how sensitive the noses of hounds are, and so I try to chop it off, and manage to do so.
Wow, harsh. All right, there is a yelp, and as the dismembered flesh flies through the air, it abruptly just dissipates and disappears.
The hound or the nose?
The nose.
Okay. It's a bolt.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. Is that within? That's within 5 feet. No, I can't reach it. Okay. Bolt. Misses.
Bolt?
And smashes the thing, I imagine. The sarcophagi.
Does not. You will be rolling. Sorry, what would be the full damage of your attack?
2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 4. Please kindly roll that for me, and then consider it a critical. Will be taking the brunt of it.
Fair dinkum.
Another one.
And another one, another roll.
No, as in, was that another nat one?
Yeah, there are two. No, that's the damage.
Oh, okay, good. I was about to say.
Oh wow!
Rolled 2 1s, Will.
All right, so
I got very very lucky.
Least amount of damage I possibly could. But you want a critical, so that's double that, I
yeah,
suppose.
so that's 12. All right,
Yeah.
so
Is the bonus? The bonus doesn't count
bonus.
in your critical, does it? I don't know.
I'm just doubling it for the sake of ease.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
All right, so actually, you know what, Rob, you can flavor that one up for me. How does our shield bot manage to smack into Will instead?
Bolt kind of does that whirly thing, getting ready to punch. Is really going to punch that thing really hard, and unfortunately, he swings wider than he expected and clips Will on the back of the noggin.
Yep.
Man, you're lucky I can't talk.
You just say ouch.
That's true.
Gives a muffled ugh.
And 14 is the second attack. Does that hit?
It does.
Okay. Let's see if I can roll more than a double 1. 12 points of damage to this one still.
To that one. All right. So the creature is beginning to look much more physically mutilated by this particular point. You have done enough damage that it's beginning to reflect in its physical image, in that it seems to have lost a lot of how spectral it looks, and seems to now be attaining a more physical form. And even then, with Bolt's attack, it has been able to functionally begin to tear a little bit at the head, which at this point you can actually see seems to have been tied onto the body.
Okay.
Sorry, sewn onto the body. All right.
Yeah.
Rithgar.
I'm going to move round to here,
Mm-hmm.
right out. Does it work?
You've got advantage because of trim.
All right.
Does a 22 hit, Sam?
It definitely does hit.
For 13 points of damage.
13 points. All right. And that was on this one, correct?
Correct.
All right. You will be killing this particular one. How would you like to inflict the killing blow?
Did you say its head was sewn on?
Yes.
I run my rapier through the stitching.
Yep.
And its head just flops off.
All right. When that happens, it gives a final pitiful a howl which echoes off into nothingness as its body collapses. The head abruptly disappears while the body itself just suddenly loses all manner of animation and just lies there, slowly bleeding from its now decapitated stump.
And I move back to there.
All right. And that's it for your turn?
That's me done.
All right.
Oh, I hide as well, if possible. Oh,
All right.
I'm not sure that is possible.
Well, if you have a bonus action, it is, but yeah, I think you might be too low by this point.
More just that I've got the movement, and I can as a bonus action, I can hide. And I don't think I've used my bonus action.
Oh, then no. Yeah, you haven't used your bonus action, so yes, you should be able to hide. All right, so you disappear. Roll me stealth. 24, you definitely disappear from everybody's perception. All right, Addison, it is now Will's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna turn into a bristled moorbounder.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, it's got the largest hit point pool, pretty much. So, pass me into gives me 52 hit points, which is probably the best. And I'm just going to, well, from my prone position, is there anything like bearing down on me?
You don't know. You are deaf, dumb, and blind.
But no, like I can't feel anyone on me. Are they stepping on me or anything?
You can feel claws which are digging into you from this one on the map.
Right. Cool. Hang on. Okay, never mind. So I'll just try and attack up with my blades, which are on my skin.
Yep. Please be doing this at disadvantage due to the drunkenness.
Jesus. Alright, so I'm assuming 18 will still hit.
18 will still hit.
Yeah, so that will do 12 slashing, and I've got multi-attack, so I get to attack with my claws as well.
Mm-hmm. And both of those definitely hit.
Yep, so it'll be the 14 and 12 damage to it.
Yep, perfect. Wait, both?
Oh, sorry, both attacks, not both of them.
Okay.
My bad.
All right. Any flavor you want to add to that?
No, basically I just transform into a bristled moorbounder. Like I've got a whole bunch of like spikes and shit. I'll see if I can put one in the chat. But I just attack like upwards just because I'm flailing, I'm blind, deaf, and mute. No idea what's going on. So just in a fury, in a rage, one might say.
Yep.
I freak out.
Fair.
Just attack.
All right, and Norloth.
I guess I'm gonna chuck a fireball.
All right.
About you. Should get them all.
God, I didn't realize that there were many of them. I scrolled that far down.
Sorry, what?
I hadn't scrolled that far down the map to realize how many there were.
Ah. All right, so you're doing 3 fireballs?
Just the one. My mouse screwed up.
Got it. All right. So let's do the one roll for all of them, and that's a 7. All of them are going to take full damage from this. All right. So for this one, it's a killing blow. How would you like to have that one destroyed?
So the fireball just lands behind it, and the flames just shoot up its tail, up to its face, and burn the thing to a crisp.
Yep. Alrighty. Now, as the fire splashes out, you guys can feel the sensation of heat, which just bears down on you throughout the entire room. However, as the fire hits, you guys can see an immense scorch mark, plus some of the melting of the sarcophagi. And when that occurs, all 5 of these creatures abruptly turn their attention through to Solturum.
Solturum.
Alright, anything else for your turn, Luke?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, to Norloth.
I mean, no.
Sorry.
I'm good.
Sorry, if there's a fireball, I assume Solturum mentally.
I bet you're fucking good, Norloth.
I'm gonna stay in this corner and hope for the best.
Alright, round 2. So, with their attention now turned over to Solturum, the...
Norloth.
Sorry, Norloth. Oh my god, that's why I can't have nice things. Alright, so all of them begin to pace outwards. This one seems to be very specifically going around the edge of the coffins, and it abruptly sneaks around and spares a brief glance towards Solturum before it attempts to pass and try and lunge at Norloth. Solturum, did you want to do an attack of opportunity? You're muted again, Luke.
Yes, I will take that attack of opportunity,
Right.
and I will pull my daggers out and hit with each of the daggers.
All right. Resorting to physical attacks. That's our Solturum?
Well, I'm blind, so
And within 5 feet of him. It's okay.
do I hit with a 21 and a 14?
Yes, you do.
All right.
All right.
So and I reap 7 damage.
Now, let me just double check. I'm fairly sure blind does impose a disadvantage on melee. Wait, we have it in 5e. Blind.
I have entered into D&D Beyond and I'm blinded. So.
Okay, blind creature cannot see and automatically fails any ability checks that require sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Alright, so that's going to be your first attack then. 14, however, does still hit.
Okay, just bear with me. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Conditions. Always a bit of powers. Charmed, blinded. There's no mute.
Try silence.
Okay.
And I missed with the other one, I'm assuming.
You do. Alright, so with the first attack, you snake your dagger in and then out. It lands a glancing blow on the creature, enough that it doesn't even spare you a second glance as it heads in towards Norloth. As it goes past you, it abruptly goes into a leap and attempts to crunch down on Norloth directly. So, Norloth, is a 26 enough to hit?
Yeah.
Alright. Please roll me a strength saving throw. That is an 11. Alright, so as the creature slams into you, the weight of it forces you against the wall and down to the ground. It chomps down onto your shoulder between your neck and your arm, and again, much like Will, it attempts to tear into the flesh, doing 16 points of piercing damage. Now, likewise...
These do necrotic damage, yeah?
Sorry?
These do deal necrotic damage, you said?
No, piercing.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So,
Are they considered undead by any chance?
they are not.
Okay.
Now, this one here is likewise, it spares a glance for Rithgar as it walks by and attempts to move past without actively attacking you. Would you like to attack of opportunity it, or would you be fine leaving it alone?
Good lord, yes.
Sorry?
I'll hit it as hard as I can.
All right. And with the 19, that is definitely going to hit. So that's an 11 in total. Really? I'm fairly sure that's
And
not
this
as hard
time
as you
I'm
can
going
hit.
I'm now going to remember to use my Whales from the Grave and inflict D6 damage on this one over here, the one back near the portal.
Okay. Yep. Doing 1 point of damage. All right. And that's it for your attack of opportunity?
Absolutely.
All right. So it moves past, and likewise, it attempts to go through Tinkrit. Would you like to let it pass, or would you like to attack it?
The one-legged ducks swim in circles.
No, they don't. They use their wings to compensate, and they can go in straight lines.
I feel like that's been said before. I swear to God, I feel like I've heard that before. Like, come out of both of your mouths.
Shy?
Sorry?
Are the Kennedys gun shy?
Maybe.
No, they compensate by having cousins.
Fall out of plane crashes. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm going to attack it.
All right.
Oh, I don't get to move my hex.
Hit me with your best shot. An 18 is going to hit.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you supposed to do?
And that is 22 points. Wait, no, 21 points of psionic damage. Alright, so your attack on it is quite a telling blow, and you deal a severe amount of damage to it, enough that you leave basically a long scratch up its belly. It moves forward, but as you do so, you draw its attention back to yourself, and it attempts to attack you instead. So, is 14 going to hit you? Nah. All right. However, with its new injury, it overcompensates and unfortunately it just misses you in its entirety. Now, these guys, on the other hand, one of them fades into the wall out of sight, while this one likewise seems to fade into the wall and disappear. You guys can sense that their presences are still nearby.
Well, Norloth could see him, couldn't he? It is detect whatever it is.
You can. Norloth, you are able to see that they seem to be moving through the walls and are attempting to convene on your location. Alright, Norloth, it is now your turn. You are knocked prone at the moment, so you can sacrifice half your movement to get back up if you are so inclined.
Run, Norloth, run.
Hide under the trip.
Yeah, I guess I'll stand up.
Alright.
And
Misty step.
I could.
He doesn't know where he's going.
He's not alone.
Hey, does someone want to make a small ocean in here? Because I can turn into a killer whale and get blind sight.
What level do you think we are?
It's just going to be that skit from Pokemon where, you just abruptly send out a Wailord and everybody gets slammed against the wall and killed.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I'll just Eldritch Blast the one next to me.
Alright. Hit me.
Hoping I will.
You definitely do with a critical. Would you like to stash it or use it?
Stash it.
Stash it. Alright. Bringing your total up to 3. Alrighty. Carry on.
Yeah, I guess I'm done.
You do 31 points of damage from the looks of it. Alright, so your magical energies functionally tear a hole through it. You can see it looks like whatever spectral energies make it up is attempting to reconstitute itself and basically fix what has been done, but it is struggling to cope with the overwhelming power that you're sending into it. Alright, and that's it for your turn?
Yep.
Alright, Salturum.
I shout out, Trimp, guide my hand. And hold my hand up in the air, waiting for Trimp to point in the direction of the nearest enemy.
Considering it's standing right on top of you.
Is it? Alright, well, I just stick my hand. Can I still. Is it still there? I can't tell sometimes with the way the board's set up. Is it like literally still right in front of me?
Its tail just like smacks you in the face.
Your base, its leg, you're probably touching it.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick a fireball up its ass then.
A fireball?
A firebolt.
Okay.
I wish.
Alright.
Alright, and that should be 10 damage, but it's not come up as that.
You will be happy to know that regardless, you will be killing it. By apparently sending a firebolt up its ass.
Alright, that's the best kill I've ever had.
Alright, flavor it up for me. How does it die?
I shout out for Trimp and get no assistance, then I feel the tail smacking my leg. I reach down and feel what is clearly the base of the tail. Stick my finger out and utter the incantation for Firebolt and just let it rip straight into underneath the tail of the spectral whatever the fuck this is. It feels like it's a spectral Labrador to me, but I'm blind, so I can't really see it. So I'm firebolting a spectral Labrador in the ass in my mind.
Noted. Alright. So, it gives what can only be described as a very surprised bark before it abruptly bursts into flame, and its ashes are consumed in the heat.
And I scream out, North, that's how you do it.
And when it barked, did some of the firebolt come out?
Sure, why not?
And do 1d6 damage to North.
No, I won't be that mean.
Sorry, Nola.
It's alright. I'll get you back. Don't worry about it.
It's like, it's okay. I still have my levels. I'm fine.
Yeah, I can still cast Fireball.
Alright, Tinkrit.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Goodo. I will stab the one that I stabbed before.
Okay.
I will attempt to stab it in any case.
Is that one dead now, Sam?
Yes, it is. Sorry.
That's right, I get advantage. I hope it's alright.
Apparently it is very alright.
Oh,
Since you got a nat 20.
fuck right on.
And I'll be correct in assuming that you'll save that.
Yes, please.
Alright.
Why doesn't it do this? So double that. Is that 14?
28. All right,
28.
you are also going to be killing this one. How would you like to do it?
I slash straight down its guts, and with my offhand tie their guts into a nice little bow tie.
That sounds
So,
horrific.
Go to hell in formal wear. Except not because I.
You don't say that.
And everybody is very confused. Those that can hear you.
Right.
All right.
Yes. So now Bolt will have a whack at the other one.
Okay.
Sorry, ignore that. That was an accident.
How dare you?
How very dare you?
15 is enough to hit.
And he misses again.
All right. Well, you by now you know what that means. So for all of our valuable listeners, Bolt has yet again rolled a 1. All right. So the first one does 9 damage to this doggo, and the other one does 20 damage to Will.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I'm in beast form.
Now, Will, what did you do to Bolt to make him hate you so?
Who knows? Maybe he just doesn't like people that are disabled. Bolt isn't ableist.
Wow.
Bolt's secret bigot.
Yeah, who knew?
Okie doke. Let me have a look here. We are good to go. And coming up next is Rithgar.
So there's one left, is that right?
Correct. Well, that you guys can see.
Yes. I dart round from my hidden position and dab it in the back.
Stabby, stabby. With a 17, you do hit.
Right.
All right.
Just quickly. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I disengage and put the sarcophagus in between me and it.
Noted. Alright, so as this has been continuing, please note that the sarcophagi, even though I have kind of been failing to do it on the screen, have been slowly destroyed by the various machinations in here. So, let me do that. You're done, Michael?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Addison with Will.
I'm just gonna attack straight ahead again. I don't know what's in front of me or if there's anything still on top of me, but I'm just gonna keep going.
Alright. So attack rolls again at disadvantage.
Those two.
17 is going to be enough to hit, and you will be happy to know that you will be able to kill it.
Oh, cool.
Alright, so how do you kill it in your deaf, dumb, blind, and drunk fury?
I think with my blades, I assume they're on the Morgander's back, so I probably just try and stand up and just skewer it. Like, that seemed harder to do than I thought.
Sorry.
So yeah, I just roll over and stand up. Like, there's a little bit of resistance there.
Fair enough. Alright, so with everything currently as it is, you guys are now clear of any immediate threats that you can actually see. But Norloth, you are able to sense that there are now 2 left in the walls, but they seem a little bit more reluctant to approach at the moment.
Are the rocks still falling, Sam?
Yes, they are.
And is there any I take a moment to investigate if there's any way to stop that.
Yep. All right. So it looks like the only way at this point, the machination has been set up that the only way that you'll be able to protect the remaining 4 sarcophagi is to physically interpose yourself and try and lift the rocks that are being dropped.
All right, so I guess that's going to be a strength check.
That's correct. What is your passive strength before I get onto that?
-1.
-1. All right. Yep. Hit me up with a strength check then.
I'm going to use one of my lucky dice.
Well, I'd hope so. You just rolled a 2. Wow.
Not any better.
And rolled a 6 that time, so technically you have improved. All right. So, with one of the rocks falling down, you attempt to interpose yourself between it and the sarcophagi. However, the rock is much more heavy than you were actually anticipating, and unfortunately, as it crunches down, it slams your hand between it and the sarcophagi. There is a bit of a sickening crunching noise as you feel something in your hand break. And unfortunately, the sarcophagi under you, under your hand, also breaks as well.
How much damage do I take?
Give me a sec. Wow. All right. Apparently, you're taking 10 damage.
Oh. 8 points left.
All right.
Yeah.
What else would you guys like to do? So, for all intents and purposes, you have finished the combat encounter for now.
I do a minor illusion writing, kind of sparkly words
All right.
in the air, so stop the rocks from breaking the coffin. So I tell Bolt to go and try and stop one.
All right. Roll me a strength on behalf of Bolt. Gets another nat 1, punches Will in the face.
Moved away from Will. Just to be clear.
All right, unnatural 21. All right, so the one that Bolt interferes with, there is a bit of a whine as his servos try and compensate to take the weight of the rock that's falling. However, he is very quickly able to readjust and is able to begin bearing the weight.
He doesn't try carrying it, he just moves it to the side so it doesn't crush the thing.
All right, so in that case, that's what happens. Anything else from you guys?
Will is just probably on high alert. He hasn't been attacked in a little bit, but he's just want to make sure. So don't go near Will for a little bit.
Now Will is drunk and he's having a great time.
That's true. Will wanders forward. No, he doesn't. I will not wander any more forward than I already have.
All right. So there is another crunching noise as on the other side, one of the other sarcophagi does finally get crunched by the stone. A few seconds later, it's followed by the fourth and final one. So you guys have saved 2 of the 10 sarcophagi that's in this room, and as the rubble settles, you guys can only hear silence in the distance from the open portal at the end of the room here, so the open door at the end of this room. Now, even among the silence, Breeze, Tinkrit, Norloth, and Solturum, all 4 of you can hear fairly heavy footsteps in what sounds like leather shoes up at the end of the hallway that door leads to, before it seems to be fading off into the distance.
Let's go, leather boots. I can't say that. I write it.
All right, I start walking down to there. Like feeling my way. Tripping over stuff.
All right. So, as you guys make your way through the room, as you cross the threshold of the door, you guys feel a sudden cracking sensation, almost mentally, as the necklaces around your neck abruptly unclasp and fall to the ground. You are now free of their effects.
Ooh. Run!
So are we keeping these necklaces to sell later?
If we can get them off.
It just fell off.
Oh. I must miss that. Oh. Right.
Yes, right. There's a door at the other end, is there?
Sorry, Rob?
Is there a door at the other end where Kinkrit is right now?
Yep, that's all right. So there's the doorway. As you guys... when you guys went through it, that's when the necklaces dropped off.
Do they look like they would be worth anything?
The necklaces themselves seem to honestly just be made out of fairly cheap material. You can see that they have been made to withstand a minor magical effect, but it doesn't look like they are otherwise valuable aside from their current inherent properties.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, you guys cross the threshold and head down the hallway. And I'm noticing it is now 10:54. Would you guys like to finish up for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, nice work, guys. You've made it through, I'm going to say 3/4 of this little challenge. So you've done pretty well. Go you. Would you guys like to nominate your MVP?
Breeze.
No, Norloth. Two well-placed fireballs were of great assistance in that.
Yeah, great.
I was going to say Rithka for finally killing a demon.
No, that is a pretty special moment.
Did you do the killing blow?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, then yes. No, I'm torn. I'm giving them equal points.
I think if I had made it into a hat, then I would deserve it. But yeah, I go with Norloth.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go with Rifko then.
Oh, it's all tied up.
All tied up.
Apparently, yeah.
Planned
There's 5 of you guys. How do you manage to do a tie?
Who did Addison vote for?
I voted for Norloth.
So there's 3 Norloths.
All right. Well, in that case, congratulations, Luke. You will have 1d20 added to your total, bringing you up to 4 in total. Would you like to roll on mage, melee, or rogue?
I will go mage.
All right. Hit me up with a d20. And that's a nat 20. Ooh, hello. All right. Hit me up.
Does that count?
Sorry?
Does that count as one or not?
No, it does not. Roll me a d4 followed by a d6. That is a 2. That is on the armor side of things, followed by a 3. Ooh. Give me a quick second while I bring it up. Alrighty, so congratulations. You have actually managed to roll yourself a very rare item. In question, you have gotten the Hunter's Coat. You have a +1 bonus to AC while wearing this armor. It does require attunement. It's considered leather armor, but for all intents and purposes, I will allow you to wear this regardless of any proficiencies that you have. The coat has 3 charges. When you hit a creature with an attack and that creature doesn't have all its hit points, you can expend 1 charge to deal an extra 1d10 necrotic damage to the target. The coat regains 1d3 expended charges at dawn. Yep, so that would also count for your spell damage if you are so inclined. Otherwise, then, yeah, you can kind of feel free to pass it off to one of your friends.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Do you want it? Because I've already
yeah.
got that. I've already got that elven chant, so
I will totally take an extra 1d10 on my spell damage.
Yep.
That buffs me up to level 5 automatically on Firebolt.
and plus some armor for you will be good.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Sorry, Rob?
I'm sorry, I don't understand why he doesn't want it.
Hey, Rob.
I've got the elven chain that's
Yeah,
plus.
yeah. Additionally, can you just shut up?
I'm actually like channeling Norloth.
All right.
It's good, but I just prefer the higher AC.
That is very fair. Alright, well, congratulations, guys. I will end the recording very shortly. Thanks to all of our viewers who have been tuning in. I hope to that you guys will tune in next week when we finish this one and potentially get started on additional ones now that you guys kind of have a vague knowledge as to who and where your powers might have, levels might have gone. Alright, but other than that, thank you for joining us, listeners, and we'll see you next time.